Hey, this is Mischief Max. If you click this video looking for a tutorial, go ahead and check the description. This is a survival let's play video, and if you're looking for that, I hope you enjoy it. If you're looking for an iron farm tutorial, check the description, and either way, I hope you have a great day. This is Operative Mischief Max, and I'm standing inside of our highly secure villager trading hall with no holes, vulnerabilities, or anything else that we have to worry about. This is our third video transmission, and we have a lot to do, but it's going to be cool. So let's go ahead and run through the small changes that we've done right now. On this side, we have added in 10 farmers. So we've gone from 2 to 10, very helpful. And we also have 9 librarians. We actually need 1 more. So while I'm talking, I'll go ahead and show you how I've been doing it. And side note, if you're ever going to do this, you should probably make an actual villager breeder. I'm doing it the hard way. I'm just dumb though, but that's okay. So we have 2 villagers in this horribly ugly building right here. They are having kids, and we are taking the kids, sending them up along this track and stopping them there. That is because, unfortunately, when they're in the boat, that just kind of messes with where they're supposed to go and how everything's supposed to work and all that. So instead, we just need to get them on a normal minecart instead. And then once we do that, things go along much, much smoother. Again, I'm doing this the hard way. You really, really shouldn't. Now, at this point, he gets... Oh, did I forget to light this up? I'm sorry. Here, going in. At this point, he gets to meet Personnel Manager Timmy. And Timmy is excellent at giving motivational speeches and encouraging people to work hard. So we'll just give Timmy a moment. There we go. He started his speech right now. And our villager is getting ready to work and be as productive as possible. Now, we just need to scoot out him along to his new workstation. Now that he's at his new workstation, we can move in, remove the railing that we used to help him so much. He's very, very grateful for. And, you know, Timmy does seem to, how do we say this, over-motivate people. So we just hit him with this magic potion that calms him down a little bit, give him some food, and he's going to be much, much happier and be a highly productive member of the community. And once that's in place, we can go ahead and take all of this stuff down. And now he's good. So that's going to be our 10th librarian villager. We have gotten a few new things. We've gotten thorns, depth strider, not 3, but good enough. And why did I keep this one? That's not good. That's not good at all. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to change him out for something else, and I'm going to do that in a moment. But for now, let's talk about what we're actually going to do today. So I hate working with villagers. They're a huge pain, so let's make an iron farm. Before we go check that out though, let's go ahead and take a look. I've been doing some trading while I've been getting this going. We have tons of emeralds. We're burning through our pumpkin and melon supplies really quickly. But all of these emeralds and books, that means basically we're going to be able to get any enchantment we want. In fact, we're probably going to vary it up soon instead of having all of these. Why did I put these here? These are unnecessary. This is the only one I actually need. After all these librarians are set, we're going to bring in a few different things just so we have a little more variety. Because right now we have 20 villagers. They're real useful, but we could use some toolsmiths, some weaponsmiths, and all that fun stuff. Now let's take a look at where we're going to build it. So I've been debating, and I think this area we're going to reserve for our future base. All 3 parts, well, maybe just 2 parts of it. It's hard to say. There's going to be 3 major elements, and oh, let me remove that. There we go. 3 major elements, and we can definitely put 1 part here. And that'll be our main base structure as well as what's going to surround it, which I'll reveal in time. But before we do that, we're going to need some supplies. We need farms and industry. Remember, our main objective is to industrialize this world, to get some good use out of it. And that's what this area is going to be for. And the first thing we're going to do is an iron farm, and not a small one either. Instead, we're going to do something pretty big that should give us a ton of iron, at least I hope so. We're going to take a regular iron farm design and multiply it by 4. And I don't actually know if that helps, so we're going to find out together. And hopefully it does, or I'm going to do way too much work for basically no gain. And I'll be very sad about that. But before we do any of that, let's go ahead and take a look at our honey farm, because it is just moving right along. I went ahead and ran to the desert, and we got a whole bunch of glass, and I've been filling these with glass bottles. As you can see, I don't have as much as I want, so we're just doing a few of them. I think it's these 4 are going to be filled with glass bottles, and they're going to give us the honey-filled bottles, which we can use to make thank you, honey blocks. In fact, I have no idea how many we've gotten, because I set this up a little while ago, and I've just been kind of letting it run while I've been doing villager stuff. So let's see. That's well, it's a start. It's not great, but it is a start. Whoa, giant box face. Okay. In any case, I'm going to start gathering up some supplies so that we can actually build our iron farm over there. And we'll do the easy part first. We'll construct it. Then we'll do the hard part, getting all the villagers in place, because yay. This should be enough to build the actual farm, or at least pretty close. So we have tons of slabs and bricks, we have glass, we have signs, we have tons of beds, and more bricks and brick walls, because you need brick walls, they're important. But in any case, we're going to be basing this very, very loosely off Quinnybags' design, and I don't know if he's the first person to do it this way, but he's the first one I saw. So we're going to time-lapse this, and hopefully it's going to work, because I'm going to make a lot of modifications to try and make the farm a little more, well, to be honest, fun. A little more interesting. It might kill the productivity, that's why we're doing it times 4. Well, that was a little bit shorter than I anticipated. I forgot some things. And the first thing I forgot, well, let's take a look. The next part of this is a little roof that goes on top of these for the iron golems to spawn. Oh, almost was good. But, oh well. Maybe we could just land on the dirt. There we go. So the problem is, if I put in the roof now, it's going to be very difficult to get the villagers in. Not impossible, certainly. We could go in through the glass, but it would definitely be a bit more of a pain. So we're going to fill all of these with villagers first. Well, time to take a look at our progress so far, and I have to say, things are going fairly well. We did install this little roller coaster, and actually, hold on, I don't want to... Whoop! Oh. I landed on his head! I didn't know that could happen. That's cool. Oh, darn it. Okay, well, I'll get that in a moment. But we are filling these in. We have the people breeding. We were actually really lucky. That breeding structure over there, I dumped a ton of bread on them a while back, and there were like 6 villagers in there already. So now these 2 are connected. I'm going to give them a little more time to grow up, throw some more bread in there, and then they're going to start feeding into these 2. Once these 2... once we start getting people into these, then we're just going to connect more and more and more. They're going to spread out. So instead of taking 10 hours like I was worried about, I think it'll probably take just about 3. So I think this will be the final cut before we have all the villagers in there. I just want to show you why this is actually going along really smoothly right now. And it's largely just because of these 10 farmers right here. But all we have to do... Bam, stack and a half of bread. Over and over and over. And once we have that, well, we just come back to this little crazy mess over here, which will be cleaned up, I promise. But look at how much bread we got. And I didn't even do as much as I could. I actually didn't run out of emeralds, but I ran out of the emeralds in my... Oh, that's just sad. but I ran out of the emeralds in my inventory. But now things are very, very easy. We just run over to all the adults and do this. Free food. Well, a day has passed, but we have villagers in all of these things now. We have 5 in every single one. I cannot believe how long that took. Well, actually, I totally can. It took about 5 hours. So a little bit longer than I thought it would, but reasonable-ish, considering all things, I guess. I went ahead and left these pathways up because it's going to be much easier to move around, but took down the walls and all of that, and I'm just so happy to see all of them in there. Now, I've never actually designed my own farm before. It's not something I've done, so I'm not 100% sure it's going to work the way I am envisioning. And if it doesn't, we'll just go with the original design, which is in the link in the description. And if it doesn't work, or if it does work, then yay! And hopefully it'll be a little more interesting and a little more fun. But in any case, it's time to get started. So please enjoy this time lapse while I sit here going, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And with that, the basics are done. Now, the actual farm is working, but there are a couple things that we need to do to make it, well, better. Yeah, just better. So the first thing we're going to need to do is make an actual storage system. Unfortunately, we can't actually do that. We don't have the iron for it. So what I'm going to do is AFK for a little while, let all these wonderful golems fall down, give us lots and lots of iron, and then we'll be able to make an actual storage system. The second thing we're going to need to do is add in something to make these guys a little more productive. So we're going to need some zombies that are going to scare the poor villagers who are just working so hard already. And we'll see if personnel manager Timmy has any advice. The third thing we're going to do is make the farm more fun. So right now, the golems are just falling on magma blocks. It's actually less efficient than the original. Well, I don't know, maybe. But to make it a little more interesting, we're going to set up some platforms where some skeletons are going to help us out. You know, we're going to hire some more employees, and that should make it just a bit more unique. And hello, I thought I would interject before I finish the sorting system because we are getting, I mean, just look at this. We're getting so much iron right now, it's not going to be a problem. In fact, our real issue right now is wood. Luckily, I do have a tree farm over there, kind of hidden, and there's just tons of natural trees, so wood won't be a problem. It'll just take time. But right now, what I wanted to do, let's replace those, is show you how to make a sorting system, or in this case, just a poppy filter. And it's really very, very easy. So what you want is this setup right here, okay? And so you have 3 coming out, and then you have this little dip, and then you're going to place a, let me get through, there we go, a comparator. And if you're wondering what that was, I just my mouse is having problems. Apparently I right click too much and the right click is having issues. But anyway, comparator right there. We have 3 redstone dust, a repeater going into this block, And then to top it all off, a torch. Now the torch locks everything. Okay, and when it's locking everything, nothing can go through the system. Now, as you see, nothing is going through. But if we add a few more items in, just like so, okay, still nothing goes through. But the moment we add one more, notice that goes through. So what happens is it increases the redstone output by 1, which is just enough to light this, which turns on the repeater, which powers this block. And when this block gets powered, the redstone torch turns off. That allows one thing to go through, and now we're good. We have a poppy filter. Nice and easy. And once again, I have had to create some pathways. It's just one of those things, but we have a spawning platform over there. I hope I'm far enough away. We need to get a zombie, and then we're going to take the zombie over to these stations. And what should happen when we hit this lever is that the zombie will be forced to go back and forth, and he will scare the villagers, but only when he's right here. That means he'll be out of their sight. Villagers are weird. They can't see through glass, I guess. It's very strange, but neither can zombies. But when he's out of sight, that'll give them a chance to rest. And, well, I don't think he quite has an angle on everything, but we'll find out. I might have to do a little bit of tweaking, but hopefully something will spawn any second now. No, not yet. Just waiting for a zombie. Zombies are really nice, and we'd like one to appear. We want the farm to work at night. Yes, we want the farm to work at night. What is taking so long? If I remember right, mobs can't spawn within 20 blocks. We are well outside of that 20 block range. It's night, and they can't spawn on the half slabs, but they should be able to spawn on all that dirt. I think it's time for another roller coaster. We can capture them now, and then we can put them into place later. So it's boat time. Let's grab as many boats as possible. So there's a few ways to keep mobs from despawning. One of which is to give them a name tag. And right now, I don't think any of my librarians are max level. So that's not going to work. The other way that I know is to put them in boats. And there's a third method, making sure they're holding an item. So what we're going to do is we're going to double down between the boat and holding the item. We're going to do both of those. And hopefully that should be enough. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. And there's 1. Oh no. Oh no. All the zombies. All the zombies are gone. How did all the zombies disappear? They're not supposed to disappear if they're in boats or if they're in... What? What? I don't understand, but that means there's only one thing to do. Name tags. Well, look at that. We went really far away, and he stayed put. We now have our first personnel assistant, but I don't think he's scaring them. You know what? I think I know why. It's because he's too low. There we go. So just have to do it a little bit different than and look, I just saw a golem fly down. Okay, whoop, wrong button. I had my hand in the wrong spot, but we are back on track. Now send in the zombie swarm. There we go. How about you? Will you wear helmets? Yay! We have another volunteer. Okay, hold on. Boop. Personnel assistant. If you'll please join me on your custom boat. Yes, come on. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, and he works well with others too. Oh, and another prospective employee. Wonderful. Okay, take the hat. Take the hat. If you're not willing to wear our uniform, you're not allowed to live. All right. Death it is. Not a very productive night, unfortunately. But they are name tagged. They have the uniform on. I don't know why so many people wouldn't wear the uniform. It's crazy. But before I go ahead and get them in place, I think I need to show the storage system. I said I would do that, and I completely forgot. This is it. and it's quite large. Now, in this chest and in this chest are where all of our bone meal is going. So in that stack, or those two stacks, the iron is going to fill in here and over here, and then it's just going to work its way around. So we have an absolute ton of storage. Should be plenty. And then to get up and down, oh, I forgot about this. I shouldn't have wasted my time. We have a nice magma elevator, and then to go back up, we have a wonderful soul sand elevator. I'm just tired of ladders. I used to use ladders a lot. I'm done with it. Yeah, these are so much better. Phase 2 is complete. We just put that guy in. I was starting to remove the railing, and I figured, might as well stop. Let everybody see, but if we take a look, every single one of these has a little zombie personnel assistant, as it's called, going back and forth and encouraging everybody to do their best. And whew, these always trick me. I always think they're iron golems. We did have a few little accidents, just, nothing to worry about. Just we have 0 days without a worker incident. Now what I'm going to do, yeah, we have a few extra drops, is I'm going to remove all the iron from this and all the other extra things, and I'll stop doing that because that's probably annoying. And we're going to see just how much we get. And then tomorrow, because it's very, very late, but tomorrow I'm going to put in our skeleton guys, and we're going to see if that actually makes a difference or if it's just for fun. Either way, I'm definitely going to do it. It is the first thing next morning. Hopefully there's no mobs out here because I'm not awake enough to deal with things. Okay, good. It's even daytime. That's nice. And let's see. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. And let's check this one as well. That's not, that's a substantial difference. It's also really odd. Oh, of course. Some of it's going into the hopper. So I'm going to need to grab that as well. But that's a little concerning that half of it's missing. I'm going to have to check the hoppers and stuff in the reception thingamajigs and make sure that the minecarts with hoppers in them are still working. But let's figure out just how much iron we got. So the news is pretty good. As you can see, I went ahead and took out those chests so I could go and check the hopper behind these, because that has quite a bit in them as well. But at the moment I checked, we had in total 9,197 iron, which if we check that for how much per hour, that was 1,234 per hour. And that's actually really good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and put these chests back. And then what I think I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take the iron and I'm going to enhance our collection system, because I'm betting, well, you know what, let me take a look first. Well, after a little bit of searching, I think I found the problem. Look at that. I left a single dirt block, just the one, and boop. That should fix it. So there was one whole node that was never activating. I don't know if that would fully account for it, but that's the only issue I could find. The collection systems were working perfectly, and actually we can improve those pretty easily. One of the issues is minecarts with hoppers, occasionally they can get stopped due to chunk loading and such. And right now we have tons and tons of iron, so we can actually make enough of them to completely fill out. Why are these holes here? Anyways, we can make enough of them to completely fill out the all of the little collection systems, which should mean that it won't matter if they stop working, because they'll be completely full. And of course that also means we need to add a ton of hoppers, but problems for another day. Right now the farm is making over 1,200 iron per hour. I think that's pretty good. A small update, our fixes did work. Take a look at this. We have 3 complete rows and we're on to the 4th, and then here we have 3 complete rows and we're on to the 5th. Close enough to be effectively the same. In addition to removing that one dirt block, I also found that one of the zombies was not moving. I forgot to activate his rails. So that is fixed now, but it's time to bring on our skeleton friends. I will just show how it's being done real fast. It's a little bit dangerous, even more dangerous than with all the zombies, but let me show you why. Skeletons, lots and lots of... Why is that one of a zombie in there? Dang it, I'm going to have to take him out. But why are there two skeletons? Okay, well, let's pick the very first one, because I think the very first one was only him. So we've given all of them helmets, meaning they can all accept items, or they should. And they can also, they should trade out, yes. And they should be able to pick up my enchanted bows. So that villager trading hall is just, wow, I look bad. But it's coming in huge. These are all power 5 bows. As a side note, I actually ran out of emeralds. I had whatever 9 times or 64 times 9 times 6 is. I had 6 rows of emeralds, almost a full double chest, and all gone. All of them. I've had to start trading again because I didn't think I'd run out for a very long time. But now, this is going to hurt. I probably should have given him the bow after. Oh, can he not hit me? Well, that's convenient. Ah. Ow. Okay, he can hit me now. Okay, I don't know why this happens sometimes, but sometimes they don't want to get picked up by the minecart, and you just have to fiddle around with it a little bit. And let's go ahead and join him up at the top. Okay, so now he is down here. You know what? We have enough. If he can shoot out, can he shoot out? I'm not sure. Yes. Okay, perfect. I'd rather have him standing, though. So we're going to activate our hitboxes and very carefully, ouch, try and break the boat. Can I break the boat? Oh, no. Okay, well, ow! So this is something of a painful process, apparently, but we're going to break the boat. Perfect. Now he's standing, and we're going to replace this and this, and now he is trapped there forever, and he will shoot iron golems. Woo! Oh my god. This work hurts. It is finished, complete. Yay! This was a ton of time, but that was expected. I mean, it is essentially a quad iron farm that I took and made unnecessarily complicated. But I love watching the skeletons just shooting out at the iron golems. That looks like pretty decent rates over there too. So I'm happy about that. And as you can tell, oh, fireworks. I've made a couple other changes. So I put hoppers around the outside, so items that went right to the edge would still get sucked up. So there's no loss there anymore. And then the glass walls are to make it so that it's almost impossible for the golems to land on top of the walls. I have seen it happen once since I put the glass walls in, but before then it was actually happening fairly often. So hopefully those two things will really help. Again, the farm was already working well enough before the skeletons. I didn't do that for optimization or anything. It's just for fun. If you really wanted to optimize this, you should use the original version, and you can multiply it by 4 and it would probably be amazing. So again, check the link in the description if you want a really good iron farm. This is just for fun. Oh, well, let me sleep, and now I'm going to tell you one more thing. You also might be wondering why not have it on every side. And, well, it's very simple. I forgot about something very important. Crossfire. And besides, from the way, you see how some of the arrows are bouncing off? Not all of them by any means, but some. They're not all doing damage anyways, because there is a limitation on how often they can be hit. But when they were on all 4 sides, occasionally they would shoot through and hit each other. And actually, over here, I originally had them going all the way around, and it looked really cool until 7 of them died. And then it didn't look very cool anymore. So just 2 sides, they're all perfectly safe. So we have 6, 12, 18, 24 skeletons now. 80. There's an Enderman in there. I don't want to look at him, but yeah, I didn't. it's just beds. Can he teleport onto bed? I guess he can. I had no idea that could happen. But what do you know? But in any case, the rates on this farm are really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to let it run overnight. We're going to see how much the improvements actually did. And of course, I'm also going to take down all this scaffolding. And yeah, hopefully it'll be even better. And if not, well, I don't remember exactly what the rates were. I think it was like 1200. That's good enough for me. That's a lot of iron. That's enough to build out of iron if we wanted to, which kind of tempting. It is the next morning and I have already done the math, and holy smokes. I don't know what little fix it was or if the skeletons are actually helpful, which would be really cool. I may run an experiment with that later, but check this out. That is absolutely crazy. And this side is even better. Almost completely full. I mean, oh my God. Now, I still don't know why there's a discrepancy between this being super close to full and this not quite being there. But, who cares? That is a total, including what's in the hoppers, of 26,048. Oh my God, how the... What? And that's a rate of 2,170. Just put my calculator down, you could probably hear that. So I am insanely excited that we're gonna be able to do tons of iron. And this is everything we got while building the farm, and then of course our overnight test the other day. So we're gonna be set for iron. There is no concern whatsoever. Now I think I put my gear, yes, in this chest. Let's go check out the trading hall because I did a tiny bit over there before I went to bed, and then we will be good. As a side note, while I'm flying over, I definitely need to go to the Nether and get a bunch of gold because I went caving for it, and that was okay. But I think the Nether would definitely be better. And one thing I'd forgotten about, or actually I didn't even know, is that villagers trade and give apples. So I was stressing about apples, and it's super easy. But we did go ahead and add one more farming villager. And we also brought in a weaponsmith. So we have infinite swords. And actually, I'm going to grab some emeralds real quick and show you just how insanely easy it is for me to get gear now. So we never have to worry about dying and losing all of our stuff because we just come over here. Swords, axes, and I don't like the enchants on these. These are all really weak. So we're just going to casually strip those of enchants. We could do the exact same thing with a full suit of armor, which we've already done actually. We have a leather worker for saddles. I don't know if I'll ever need a bunch of saddles, but it's nice to have the option. And then over here we have a toolsmith, and he has everything except the axe, which is fine because the other guy had axes. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no! I accidentally stripped Harvester. Oh no! That was my Silk Touch. That was the first axe we made. It's okay, I can re-enchant it, but still, oh well. That stings a little bit. So this is going to wrap up the video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I know I certainly have. It's been a ton of work moving these villagers around, and actually the mobs were worse because you know what the mobs do that the villagers don't? Shoot me with arrows. Lots and lots of arrows. I have been hit so many times. Oh my God, it's awful. But this is Mischief Next. I hope you have a fantastic day.